Smarter Fan. Smarter Fan. Yeah. Smarter Fan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarter Fan Podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Man, this is football. This is sports. I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm in Florida. I'm in Miami. Then I'm out Green Bay. Then I'm in snowing in New England. I'm all over the place, Joe. It's sports. Sports. How you doing, Billy?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Now, I just want to give a shout out to our friends in Lithuania, the Ukraine,
Woo!
yeah, man, Bangladesh, and Indonesia. Thanks for listening, folks. We really appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. That is just awesome, being all over the world like this.
Yeah, you know? So,
It's great. It's great.
anyway, tonight I'm going to talk about Darryl Dawkins.
Chocolate Thunder.
That's right. Now, he grew up in Orlando, Florida, and he was raised by his grandmother. Now, as a 6'10 senior at Evans High School, he averaged 32 points and 21 rebounds.
Mercy.
And he led his team to the state championship. Now, he was heavily recruited by Division I schools, but he chose to go into the NBA draft instead. So, now, he was one of the first players drafted out of high school into the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, it was a means to lift his family out of poverty, you know.
Yep.
So, now, he was taken by the 76ers in the 75 draft. And that was a class that included David Thompson, David Myers, Marvin Webster, and Alvin Adams. So,
Wow.
Now, he got off to a slow start his first two seasons, but then he quickly became the Sixers' top player, one of the top players on the team, you know, which consisted of Dr. J, George McGinnis, Lloyd Free, and Doug Collins.
That was a crew.
Yeah, man. Now, they always got far into the playoffs, but always came up short.
Right, a terrible coach.
Yeah. Now, he became a permanent starter when McGinnis got traded to Denver in 78. Now, in 79, after breaking two backboards, the NBA invented the breakaway rim. So, now, Stevie Wonder was the one who gave him the nickname Chocolate Thunder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He came to a lot of Sixers games, and he gave him that nickname.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So,
Maybe he can't see, so why is it? Anyway, okay.
That's another story. So he helped the Sixers get back to the finals in 80, only to lose to the Lakers in 6. You know, and then they lost again in the playoffs in 81 to the Celtics. You know, so in 82 they lost to the Lakers again in the finals, and that prompted them to trade Dawkins to the Nets.
Mm.
And Caldwell Jones was traded to the Rockets for Moses Malone.
Yeah.
So, and that was the ticket right there.
Moses took us to the promised land.
That's right. Now, his time with the Nets saw him lead them to their best record since the merger at 49-33.
Oh, wow.
And that was their first playoff win over the Sixers in 84.
Mm.
So, now, he had 2 back surgeries, and that limited his playing time in 85 and 86. Now, he did a stint with Utah before being traded to Detroit from 87 to 89. So, now, he retired from the NBA in 89, but he continued playing in Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He played in the CBA, the IBA, and did a stint with the Globetrotters also.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before he officially retired in 2000. Now, unfortunately, he died in 2015 of a heart attack at the age of 58.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Now, his public casket viewing was attended by over 600 people. including Larry Holmes, Billy Cunningham, Jason Thompson, and Carl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
So, I mean, he did his thing, but he just couldn't come up with the ring. He was on
Yeah.
the right teams,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
and I think he got waived by the Pistons before they went on their championship run.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So what's the story with Shedeur these days?
Man, listen. I can't even get the words out, Joe. We are witnessing with Shedeur Sanders the total transformation of how athletes, especially in the NFL, are being compensated.
Mm.
And what do I mean is this: baseball had to go through it with Kurt Flood.
Yeah.
Basketball had to go through it, right, to allow players to really make the money they deserve to make. And football is really the last one. They're the last bastion to the old system. And because of new technology, they really don't have a choice. So what does that mean? So he just cut another deal. He cut a deal with Amiri High Fashion, right?
Okay.
Because he's got his own platform with his brother and the NFL, right? So everybody does this whole thing of what the athlete is wearing, right? GQ is
Right.
into it, blah, 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 blah. So he just cut 80 million there with his brother, right? Then in his clause in his contract with Cleveland, he gets a percentage of name, image, and likeness, right? Which builds on his sponsorship is going through the roof because basically from the league and his brother, he's running 24/7 commercials
Huh.
to a targeted population who loves him.
Yeah.
So
there you
I
go.
call it the Jordan effect 2.0. So my buddy was like, well, why do you call it that? I said, well, Michael Jordan was the first one to figure out, let me get a piece of every shoe I sell. I'm going to put on a show and I'm going to leverage the TV that I don't have to pay for. I'm going to leverage the team that I don't own and leverage what I do on the floor for free, wearing my own shoes. And the rest is history.
Yep.
So now that the technology, as I explained to my friend, has gone where it's gone, and NIL has always existed. It's just the owners, because of the old system, kept it to themselves, and most athletes didn't know how to negotiate it. Right? So how they got around it is back in the day, Mickey Mantle would do what? These guys, Joe Namath, would do what? Commercials, right? But that's really name, image, and likeness, right? That's really what it is. But the owners kind of escaped it and not having to pay, but leverage the athlete on their magazine, on you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but they're keeping all the money. The jerseys, they're keeping all the money. So this dynamic that Shedeur is doing right now is just amazing, amazing, amazing to see. He's because advertising is all about eyeballs. He knows how to get eyeballs, and he's not dependent on the NFL to get them. Right?
Yeah.
So I told people, they were like, what about his brother? I said, listen, go look at the Ebersol family. They're the ones who created NFL films, not the NFL. So Coach Prime, 20 years, broadcasting, understands the game. I'm going to control this narrative and tell my own to my fan base who loves us, who's been following us since I've been playing and then my kids been playing.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a percentage of all that action. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And these owners, they, I had one of my friends, he was, he's a hater. So I said, let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. Let me say something to you. I said, whether you love Shedeur or not, let's just be honest. Would we have been talking about the Cleveland Browns from the time he got drafted to the last game of the season as much as we've talked about it?
Yeah.
He said, you're right. Ain't nobody over there trying to find out what's going on with the Browns.
Nope.
Ain't nobody interested. Who they got over there? Flacco, Dylan, and Kenny Pickett, or who? What? Why would I want to go? What do I care? He said, "You're absolutely right." I said, "You know how much money that owner has made? Man, let me tell you, he's made a killing. His franchise has never been talked about this much. Even when they had the two Heisman Trophy winners, Manziel, was it Manziel and Baker?
Baker.
Johnny Manziel didn't win the Heisman?
I think he did. Yes.
Yeah. And they didn't get this much attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, he said, okay, Barry, you win. I said, you win. I said, I'm just trying to, look at it. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, to see an athlete actually get what they earn. That's all I'm saying. They should get what they earn. That's all. It's fair. So anyway, that's what's going on with Shedeur. What you got going on? I know you got something cooking because I can smell it in the kitchen.
Man, the conference championships.
Man, you go ahead, man. Where you want to start?
The Pats and the Broncos. I mean, I see why Stidham was a backup.
Yeah. Why you say that? Let me probe a little bit. Why you say that?
He didn't really show me nothing. And as the weather got worse, his playing got worse.
Do you see? Are you meaning that he didn't have a sense of urgency?
I think the whole team didn't have a sense of urgency. I mean, they were just they weren't successfully running the ball, really.
Yeah.
And then even Peyton said he's kicking himself for not going for that field goal.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
But the thing about that is his kicker was shanking him all day. So who's to say he would have made that one?
It's true, but sometimes, getting nothing hurts more than getting a little something.
Oh yeah.
Plus, like what you said, they really They really didn't have things going on. I don't. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't. They really didn't show up like they need. I'm telling you, home field advantage. If you have to know how to use it, it can cause you to be flat because you're home. Sometimes being on the road can get you really amped up and focused. Sometimes being at home is not necessarily to your advantage.
Not in this case, anyway.
No, you got to look at the Bears. I wouldn't have thought the Bears would have lost at home.
Yeah.
Right? So you really have to know how to manage that in order for it to really pay off. It's not just being home, and they looked flat.
They did. Because they didn't do nothing. Like once they scored that one touchdown, they didn't really do much.
Yeah, it's like hey, okay, over Lang Syne, and we're gonna cruise. No, you're not. No, you're not.
And then when Stidham threw that pass away, that cost him a touchdown.
Yeah, you know how I feel about coaching and preparation, and I said it last year, and I said these guys, I don't understand if you're a kicker, you don't have no contact. You should be taking some form of karate, some sort of other discipline that you can be focused, more focused. A lot of these kickers, if you watch them, they don't have a Vinatieri, one step to the right, two steps. They don't have no system. It's like they're just out there guessing. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, how could you be so they don't have any rhythm? How can you kick a ball with no rhythm?
Well, they sure could have used Rich Carlis there.
Bruh.
The barefoot kicker.
Listen, they may be calling him right now.
So
so it was just kind of disappointing in that sense.
Yeah, it was.
Because and then the other part I keep saying is defense wins championships. I was just like, defense, at some point, captains, you got to say, it's not good enough for us to get 3-and-out. We got to get the ball, possession, scoop and score. We got to we have to have another dimension to our game. And my friend was saying, well, why would you say that? I said, in this league, which is a passing league, right? It's about ball possession. It's about ball possession. And if you're just making stops, that's really the minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can come back to bite you because you don't have possession.
Yeah.
Or you have possession with limited time. You got to get you in this environment, Joe. I would say if I'm running an OC, we got to get something.
Well, the Patriots definitely won the TOP contest. That's for sure. Time of possession, because they swamped them with that.
Yeah, because, again, it shows that if I can get what I need to get, because the one thing about the New England, they're going to play some defense now. They're going to play some defense. You're going to have to punch them in the mouth. You got to knock them out.
Yep.
And the Broncos didn't come with that.
Well, speaking of defenses, man, that Seahawks-Rams game.
Man, oh, my goodness gracious. Man, my heart is – go ahead. Let me be quiet. Go ahead.
I mean, the Seahawks couldn't stop Puka, and the Rams could not stop Njigba.
Yeah. And I was really surprised because I was like watching Seahawks defense, and I was like, these folks are not getting any pressure on Stafford, and they're playing zone. He's going to kill you. And I don't know why they stopped going to Puka. I'd have kept going to Puka until they figured out how to stop him because they didn't have an answer for him at all.
And who got their revenge on the Rams?
Cup.
Yep, he sure did.
Cup.
So.
So I was just like, this is not going to go well. I said, Rams, you got to score more points. You got to score more points. You can't, they had too many 3-and-outs and they couldn't get anything. I was like, and it came back to bite them.
They were playing catch up all game.
Yeah, I was like, why are they playing a soft zone? They're not getting any pressure up front. And that Seattle Seahawks running back is no joke. I said, is that Aaron Sproles out there? That guy was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Sim,
he was carrying bodies. I mean,
you couldn't find him. Then he'd get up out of that hole, and I said, this guy is a problem. And then I think the other guy, Rashid, number 22.
Yeah.
I was like, why ain't they giving him the ball? They couldn't figure out how to stop him whatsoever.
Nope.
And so I'm sitting there watching the Joe, and I'm like, man, I felt bad for the Rams because that defense was playing.
Well, the game shouldn't have even been that close if it hadn't been for that corner who made that dumbass taunting move and got a 15-yard penalty when they had the Rams at 4th and 12. And then the next play, he gets torched by Puka.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm just.
That I was like, what the hell is he doing? What's wrong with him? I think they were even telling him out on the sideline. I was like, man, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna if they play like that against New England. I don't know if that's gonna work out well. But I don't know.
Well, the running joke we have with that is this time give Marshawn the ball.
You cold. Joe, you cold. Joe, you cold, Joe. Why are you telling them to call Marshawn? Why you cold, Joe? You cold. You cold, Joe. Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
hey,
Listen, and tell your boy what's that?
mm, I was gonna say, hey, if they'd have given them the ball, they'd have had 2 Super Bowls instead of 1.
Yeah, man. Well,
But that's another
you know
story.
that's called karma. That's why he ain't at the Raiders no more.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But I'll say this though, that can is this correct? Sam
Mm.
Darnold got drafted in 2016. Is that correct?
No, I think it was 2018.
So he's been almost playing in the league 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it was 2018.
Man, I'm just happy for him, but he's got to get some more. I'm just praying that he gets some more moxie because it hasn't been an easy road for him,
No, it
but
hasn't. It
it
hasn't.
hasn't been an easy road for him. And, he's going to have to bring a little bit more energy.
Mm.
He didn't have the kind of energy that it's going to take to win the Super Bowl.
Well, think
Yeah.
about this. If he does win, he'll win a Super Bowl before Lamar, before Burrow, and before Allen.
And I get to say my favorite word, coaching,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
coaching. Right? So you know who's looking at chops? The Vikings are like, and we gave him up for what?
Yeah.
But that was more of a business decision, and this is how people make their careers or don't make their careers, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that situation in Buffalo. I'm going to say this, I'm going to go on record right now. That situation, I pray that Josh gets out of there because they're not going to win anything.
Mm.
When I saw the comments by the owner and the GM, I mean, if you couldn't see all season that Josh didn't have any tools, and then it's coming out, McDermott was telling them, I need more tools, and they just gave him the minimum.
Hmm. Mm.
And this is what happens to athletes all the time. So you want me to be Superman every week so you don't have to work, instead of giving me the tools that I need so we can really make a run and give me the best that I can get. Because you and I can't name who's their number 1 receiver in Buffalo, who's their number 2 receiver in Buffalo. They have a decent running back, but what is their offensive focus? Josh.
Yeah.
He's got to run. He's got to pass. He got to do everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ain't winning nothing like that in this league. And it's not going to happen. And that's called lazy front office. And I hope he gets out of there because Josh Allen's the truth. But that franchise, bottom 15. Bottom
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and it's just a recurring thing with Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine Josh Allen at the Jaguars?
Mm.
They're going to the Super Bowl. If he's going, because Josh can play. He's a problem.
Oh yeah, he's a baller.
Because I remember, I think it was one of these last 4 years, man, he has some tools, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was slinging that ball. I was like, Josh Allen's the truth. And then you had to worry about him running.
Exactly.
And I said, that's a problem because he's a big dude.
He is. He's hard to bring down.
He's hard to bring down. He's bigger than some linebackers, a lot of linebackers. So once he gets past the front, the 300 boys, it's dicey.
he reminds me of Big Ben, only he could run.
That's true. You're right.
You know,
he could run. So yeah, I hope he gets out of there because they're not treating him right, and that owner doesn't seem to have a clue, or that GM. Because you could see it all season. I was like, well, where is his? Where? Oh, I got to make you laugh. You know who I feel good for?
Who?
My man Diggs. Oh, I feel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My man Diggs.
Yeah.
It's just like justification because I think not that he's an angel, but I think they tried to make him too much of a villain. So now he in New England, And I just want to see him win. Oh, I want to see him win. Oh, I want to see him win because it would just be so fitting.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. He's
because they
going
never
to the dance.
replaced him. You know, they never replaced him. They didn't do a whole lot of stuff. Now, a friend of mine said to me this. It was funny, Joe. He said, "Interesting, Barry, how the Buccaneers cut Shiloh. They didn't make it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
Then Buffalo, who Shiloh had the incident with, they got bumped." And I said, I didn't think about that. Don't mess with God's children.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, I'm going to switch gears for a minute and talk about the uh, baseball Hall of Fame class of 26.
Oh, yeah. Who we got?
Carlos Beltran, Andruw Jones, and Jeff Kent. Now,
Yeah, that sounds like
I'm gonna put my 2 cents in here about
Come on,
Beltran
put a nickel. Put a nickel.
because I don't. If you, how can you get caught red-handed cheating, be the mastermind of the scheme, and you get in the Hall of Fame?
Who was that?
Beltran.
Man, listen, I agree with you. But see, this is how I feel, Joe. You're never going to really get, it's never really going to be the Hall of Fame without the Red Machine, Pete Rose.
Mm.
It's never going to be. Because for everything you say, I don't know how you can keep Pete Rose out. I don't know. On the numbers,
the main argument is that he broke the cardinal rule.
Nah, that cardinal rule is broken all the time, and it's broken by the owners more than anybody, because they'll do anything, and they did do anything to bring baseball back after the strike. Where you had Mark McGwire looking like Popeye, looking like he was Mr. Olympia, and the other dude hitting home runs.
Oh, Sammy Sosa?
Yeah. Them guys ain't never been that. They've been NFL linebackers and running backs out there hitting that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and even when people try to tell me, well, Barry Bonds, man, I said, listen, did you see the numbers Barry was putting up before?
Yeah.
And then you think after? How big of a difference was it? I said, not very much. No, because Barry Bonds would go to the Hall of Fame batting backwards. You couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing.
No.
Right?
No.
So, you know.
I mean, it was to the point where Buck Showalter was walking him with the bases loaded.
Absolutely. I said, I tell people, I said, you really don't know how, you need to go watch. Barry Bonds was a problem.
You know, yeah.
A problem. You know?
Yeah.
And so it is what it is, but, you know.
Well, I congratulate Andruw Jones. I think he deserves it. You know,
Yeah.
he had 10 straight Gold Gloves, you know.
That's
and he's one of 4 players with at least 400 home runs and 10 Gold Gloves. You know.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Yeah, he's in the company of Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., and Mike Schmidt.
Yeah, that's the image that just popped in my head. Ken Griffey.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
He was doing work out there.
Yeah.
Well, tell me something. What besides the thing with is Beltran really that good to be in the Hall of Fame?
He had 435 home runs, 1,500 RBIs, 1,500 runs scored, and 312 stolen bases, and a 279 batting average.
Oh, well, he qualifies.
Yeah. But that's the thing that sticks in my craw, that he got caught cheating, and he was the mastermind.
What was he, juicing?
No, that was the thing with the Houston Astros, where they were stealing the signs and then signaling to the batters with a garbage can.
Let me ask you a question, Joe, because you will know. Did they win the World Series?
Yeah, they did.
Because of that?
That's what they're saying. Yeah, a lot of people say they should have took their pennant, their World Series away from them, but they didn't, because there was a big scandal.
Let me ask you a question, Joe. Do you think that really had an impact?
I think so. Yes. Yes. Stealing signs. Yes. They knew what the pitchers were throwing, and they were sitting on them. And it was all with a signal. They was banging on a garbage can, letting the batter know what pitch was coming. So that's, I mean,
Does that really affect me if I'm a hitter? Because I got to see the pitch. It ain't like I'm up there blind. Either it's a pitch I can hit or it's a pitch I can't hit.
Well, basically, they knew if they knew a curveball was coming, they were sitting on it.
Oh, the hitter was sitting on it.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Exactly, but they did. Because a lot of people went down for that. The Astros got fined heavily. They lost draft picks. The manager, he went down for it. I think the GM went down for it also.
All right, so they paid their price to society.
Yeah, well,
I would put an asterisk too. I put an asterisk.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would put an asterisk next to it because, and it was against the Yankees too. That was 2017.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm putting the asterisk.
So
not my team.
Yeah. So anyway, but we got to wrap it up.
Already?
Yeah, man.
Oh, well, let me say to our family in Canada and Hungary and Germany, and I think it's Romania.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We thank you for your support. We thank you. Keep tuning in, keep listening, and keep sharing.
Yes.
Because we're just getting better and better and better. And as we always say, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game. See you next week. Have a good evening.
All right. Take care, folks.
Bye-bye. Hey, Smarter Fan family. We've got a new sponsor to the show called Publisher in the Box. Simply, they're able to take a new author, an existing author, and create residual income from not only creating your book, but providing a conversational podcast, providing an e-learning course from your book. And with all those marketing tools, that's going to bring you more speaking engagements. So our new sponsor is Publisher in the Box. Get that book done. 2026 is really, really around the corner. It's time to get that book done. And I've seen the product. They produce some of my books. It is amazing. So I'm not just telling you as, the platform of Smarter Fan, but I'm telling you as a customer, a Publisher in the Box myself. And I've got 5 books on Amazon. So call now. 914-330-2738. That's 914-330-2738. Be blessed.
Smarter Fan.